here early in the morning, heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say. I'm ready to roll if they need me.
Now listen here, Dutch. Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds! Here we go, 302BIRDS, you know stinks. Go Birds!
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Nick's Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
Fall's in the air, baby. As you guys can see with Jack's comment, I think he hit the nail on the head. Football's back tomorrow. The Philadelphia Phillies are making humongous trades. As you guys can see, Jhoan Duran is now a Philadelphia Philly. And maybe by the end of the night, Luis Robert Jr. or hopefully another outfielder power bat could be coming home to the Phillies. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 302BIRDS. We got Dalton, Jack, and KJ McCoy on the mics tonight. We got a couple guests. We got an awesome call-in segment. A lot to break down because you got Bryce Harper cussing out the commissioner, Jhoan Duran, trade deadline, Chicago recap. We'll do a little Tigers series preview and do a dome debate. And then, of course, we got to talk about Happy Gilmore, too. If you guys liked Happy Gilmore, too, give us a thumbs up in the comment. But without further ado, let's go ahead and kick it to Jack and our weekly call-ins.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is. But their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302BIRDS sent you. God bless, go Birds.
Like I said, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos when you're in and around Delaware. They got the best burrito bowls and tacos in town. Let's kick it to the call-ins.
Bryce Harper cursing out Rob Manfred, telling him to get out of the locker room is just awesome. It's classic Philadelphian. It's the chaos Chris himself. It's the same type of shit I would do. Like, get out of here. We don't like the league telling us what to do. And you're already trying to negotiate 2 years before the CBA, but you're saying, oh yeah, we're going to go into lockout no matter what. Why would Bryce want to talk to you at all? And Castellanos had some great words for him as well. Get the fuck out. Fuck Rob Manfred. Fuck the higher-ups in MLB baseball. Let's go Phils. Chaos Chris. Peace now.
So I got to say, I am extremely disappointed and shocked by the behavior of Rob Manfred to think you could walk into this locker room and say anything. In all seriousness, I do believe there needs to be a salary floor and a salary cap in baseball, but Rob Manfred walking in there and trying to talk to the players mid-season, come on. Good on Bryce to stand up for the players.
This whole Bryce Harper, Rob Manfred thing is a little weird to me just because I do think baseball in the grand scheme of things needs a salary cap. However, I do think it's more important to get a salary floor because a lot of these owners don't want to spend the money, and I think that's evident for certain teams. You look at the Athletics, for example. It just feels like the MLB is pay to win sometimes. It's a little weird. You know, that's why the Dodgers are so good, and sure, that could play to our benefit as a big market team. I don't really know. I feel like as the average person, it's kind of hard to say. But I guess I support my guy at the end of the day, right?
I feel like he wasn't wrong because at the end of the day, like a salary cap in baseball to me is pointless. And I just feel like MLB teams should go out And doesn't matter how much money you have. If you go over the luxury tax to like improve your club, to get good players, to like try to like make your roster better and to fill out necessary holes that you need, then you should you should go out and do it. Like, I just feel like salary caps to me in baseball are just pointless nowadays. I see teams now just paying guys a lot of money to, improve their ball clubs and everything like that. And I don't know, like, I think maybe teams might go on strike or something like that, but I don't know. But that's just how I feel about it.
Let's address the comment that Bryce Harper made to MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred, basically telling him to get the F out of the clubhouse if he wanted to talk about the salary cap. The MLB does not have a salary cap. However, leagues like the NFL do. I personally think the MLB should have a salary cap, but they don't, and I don't know if they will get one. I don't know why they don't have one. But I think it was good that Bryce Harper brought it to his attention. I don't think it was good that he did it in the way he did. I don't think you should have cursed at the commissioner. I don't know what that will result in. That could result in a fine. That could result in a suspension. I don't know. I like the fact that he brought it up, but not in the way he did. What do you guys think about this? Go Phillies.
Just as Bryce Harper said, screw you with your salary cap. Go put a salary cap on the New York Yankees with all the championships they've won, with how much money they've spent on players. A salary cap is just like us as fans at Universal being salary capped about Jaws. And now we have to deal with Harry Potter. A salary cap in baseball just doesn't belong, just like the Harry Potter ride don't. And us Philly fans aren't a fan of a salary cap. Because if they can go pay to win, how come we can't? As always, God bless. Go Birds, go Phils, go Sixers. It's your boy at Dennis302Sixers. Hey, Jack, you're still cute. I love you, buddy.
If yelling at the boss was an Olympic sport, Bryce Harper just struck gold. He yelled at the commissioner and cursed him out. But honestly, I don't blame him. Bryce Harper is a player that hits dingers. I don't think the commissioner understands what he's dealing with here. And trying to talk about, salary caps is a great idea. That is phenomenal for the league. These athletes are phenomenal. They are unlike no other. That's what he doesn't realize. How can he be a commissioner and not even be pro player? I don't get it. Greed at its finest. That's my take.
Time for Phillies talk with Ballpark Tommy. Finger stitch. All right. Well, he's not here, so we'll do a little bit of a double whammy. But of course, Jack thanking El Diablo for sponsoring the call-in segment, and I want to thank Nick's Pizza for sponsoring tonight's Ballpark Tommy Philly segment. If you guys haven't, go check out Nick's Pizza in Wilmington, Delaware. Actually, was just texting their owner, Nick, today. He's going to be renewing his sponsorship with us for another season. So super excited about that. If you guys haven't been out there, go check them out in Wilmington, Delaware. It's an awesome spot to get your Detroit-style pizza. And I think we might be doing a watch party or two there. So stay tuned for more news on that. But yeah, guys, look, the MLB isn't a who's got the biggest nuts contest. It's a actual league where you got to make good decisions. And if you want to actually get somewhere, you got to speak in a respectful, conscientious way. And as much as I agree with Philadelphia fans, like Rob Manfred, what the hell are you doing coming into the Philadelphia Phillies clubhouse, bringing up the L word, lockout? Like, you don't – that's just really a sensitive subject for not only for all players, but when you think about this Phillies team specifically, right? They were talking about it today. Zach Wheeler probably only has 2 years left. So – they really have to win now. So I bet you the pressure's on Bryce more now than ever. And he wants to bring home this championship. And then you got Rob Manfred coming in here, chirping up his vendetta, saying his stuff. It's just not a good look. You got to go more respectful about it on Bryce's side too. Like, cussing out the commissioner of baseball is probably not a good look. I know it's Philadelphia. That's kind of what we do, is things like that, you know. But when you see in the article Nick Castellanos and Bryce Harper cuss out Rob Manfred, it's like, oh, okay, that's a very on-par thing for the Philadelphia Phillies to do. I very much agree, though, with what Chris, shout out to Chris and Benny, said, that it did kind of need to happen. I just think, in my opinion, maybe dropping the F-bomb to the commissioner was not the best way to go about it. I don't know. Sometimes you got to get your point across, though. I get that side, too. Jack, we'll let you take it first. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll be brief. I think it's complete BS because you guys still making millions and millions of dollars playing a sport. Like I said to Tommy, whenever he's on, baseball's like a kid sport. I can play this in my backyard, and you're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to play the game that you love. And I just think it is, and this may be a lot of hate, please, but the fact that the average American is not making nearly any as much money as, say, these professional athletes, right? Yes, they're professional athletes, but at the same time, you're not seeing average Americans complain about their pay and things like that. So it kind of rubs me the wrong way because he has no right. I mean, he has a right. He's kind of the face of the MLB, but at the same time, it's like, dude, every other sport has a salary cap, and baseball's the only one that doesn't. They spend outrageous amount of money on players, and like you're paying, what's his name, for the Mets. You're paying him $700 million or whatever over like a 15-year deal. So I don't know. It just, the fact that you shouldn't talk to the the guy in charge of their league like that. So good on Harper, but at the same time, there's a better way to talk to a commissioner. That's all I got to say. I may get a lot of hate, but that's just truth.
Yeah, I mean, being a commissioner is definitely a tough job. I mean, I feel like pretty much all of the four major commissioners right now are hated in all different kind of ways. Some are hated more than others. Some are known as clowns. Rob Manfred is definitely probably one of those guys. There's a lot of things that he does wrong for the MLB, but there's a lot of things he does okay. There's an echo in the background, but I think we're good. No, it's good. All right. And yeah, I think with what Bryce did, I think was really courageous. It definitely was pretty brave to do that. And he kind of just showed, like, you know what, though, we're not going to let you step on top of us. And that's what a lot of these commissioners tend to do. That's why we've seen so many lockouts in sports. We've seen the NBA lockout. We've seen the NFL lockout. I believe there was a lockout in the NFL. And I think, honestly, we are on the cusp and the tipping point to a potential MLB lockout. I don't know if it's going to happen this offseason or next offseason, but I think it honestly is on the cusp of actually happening. I think it's going to happen pretty soon, because having something like that already happen where Rob Manfred was going into a locker room in mid-season and was trying to discuss with Bryce Harper about salary cap, definitely a problem. It definitely is something that, you know what, you're kind of already ruffling a lot of feathers, and you're already probably getting Bryce really tense and probably very ticked off. And I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. I don't blame Castellanos for getting mad, because let the guys do what they're getting paid to do right now, and that's play baseball. If you want to bring it up in the offseason, go all for it. You can have like a boxing match with Manfred. I don't care. But I think bringing it up in the mid-season is just so unnecessary. And why even do that? It just made no sense to me why Rob Manfred had to go to some of the players, our players in particular, and try and discuss something like this. It just makes no sense. So, but do I think the MLB should get a salary cap? I mean, if we want to prevent the Dodgers from like being a super team like the Miami Heat, like of when they were like 2012 and whatever, I guess so. But I mean, I think right now what's going on with baseball is just like they're really like evolving, and they're really trying to evolve the game. Manfred's trying to evolve it for sure. And I think that's what's really going on. And obviously there's going to be a lot of stepping stones for that to happen. And he's got to make some moves. And I think he definitely will have to make some tough moves that probably will make us scratch our heads. Definitely. So it's going to be really interesting to see what he really comes up with and really what happens. But I mean, I definitely applaud Bryce for sticking up to him and being a man and just being like, you know what, we're not taking your crap. We're not going to let you step all over us. So, I mean, that definitely is a sign, though, that they are going to have a battle when it comes down to the players versus the commissioner and the rest of the MLB. That is definitely going to be a battle. And I bet you Bryce Harper will be one of the player representatives really trying to do the best for the players and what is best for the players.
I agree. Yeah, I think he's at a breaking point, and we can see it. Manfred can see it. Everybody can see it. There's just a respectful way to go about it. We all know it, so we'll see. Let us know in the comments. Do you guys agree with Bryce Harper's comments? Do you think it was, necessary that he had to say it like that? Do you think it wasn't necessary? Let us know what you're thinking. But moving along now to our next segment, and we actually got a special guest backstage for this one. Jhoan Duran is a Philadelphia Philly, and we'll kick it to our guest first. But Chris, how are you feeling about this pickup, brother?
I'm absolutely hyped. The Phillies haven't had a real closer since, I think, Ken Giles, which was, 2015, 2016. It's been a long time since they've had a legit closer. They had to give up a lot for him. They gave up Mick Abel and Eduardo Tate. Mick Abel, we've seen he pitched a little bit earlier this year. He's one of their top pitching prospects, and Tate was one of their top positional player prospects. He's a catcher. Tate was only 18 years old. That one kind of stings a little bit, but there's a long way for him to come. And Abel, which it's just not in the cards yet. So I think they made a really good trade here because Duran is an elite closer, probably one of the top 5 closers in baseball. So you really shored up that bullpen big time. And they're not back yet, but exactly. And when we won in 08, we had a closer. So I'm excited for this, and we'll see where we go with this. But I think they need to make another couple moves, but this is good.
Hearing a top 5 closer is a big deal. That gets me excited. I see you shaking your head, KJ. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way as Chris. I mean, I'm very hyped. We haven't had a closer for a very long time. And from what I'm watching, the highlights and just the way he enters from the bullpen, when he comes in closing the game for the Twins, when he did, I mean, just the music that he had is just savage. And I mean, it's honestly, I think it's like something with The Undertaker, but it's also like a remix, like a Spanish remix, which is pretty dope. So I'm excited to see that. I think that place is going to be freaking rocking when that happens. When he comes out from the bullpen, that's just going to be insane. That place is going to be shaking. It definitely will be. So maybe on Friday when they play the Tigers, where we will be in attendance, maybe that will happen. Maybe we will see Jhoan. Is it Jhoan or Jhoan, or I'm trying to think how to pronounce his name.
Jhoan, I believe. Jhoan.
Yeah, Jhoan. Yeah. When we see Jhoan come onto the mound, I think it's just going to be insane. That place is going to go nuts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go nuts if we get to see that for the first time, because doesn't the whole stadium black out? And I was watching like a bunch of fire comes up on the Jumbotron.
Yeah,
he has a really, and Philadelphia, it's like a city where you get in what you put out as a player. And if you really care about your intro like that much, and you like put that much effort into it, one of two things is going to happen. Number one, the men who, are still obsessive over the sports team like us are going to think it's cool. Then the other side is you're going to have the drunk idiots in Philadelphia that are going to see it and be like, ooh, the lights are turning out. Let's go. And then
flashy lights.
Yeah. So you're going to have like this, like, how do I want to put it? Train effect, or like reaction, like chain reaction, right? Of just people getting hype as shit in the stadium. And you're right, KJ. If we'll be there, well, we will be there on Friday. If we get to see this guy close for the first time, you're going to see it's going to be a mixture of little kids getting hype, guys that are just sports fans like you and me, and then the drunk idiots is who I'm really excited to see, that are going to be like, especially the amateurs in baseball, right? Like, Chris, baseball, so you would understand why the lights are going out. Give me a guy like myself, right? That's like, oh shit, why are the lights going out? You know what I mean? Like that, it's going to be kind of funny to see. So I am really excited for it. But I actually have a question for Chris as we move on to the next segment. And before we get him out of here, is there anyone else, Chris, that's at the top of your wish list that you would like to see the Phillies make a trade for? Or do you want this team to be done?
I don't know if it's much as trade, but more I'd call up Crawford right now and throw him in center field. He can play. I've been talking about him for months. He's ready. He's batting .330, can steal bases in an alarming clip. Extremely good center field defense. And then you DFA Max Kepler. He sucks. Get rid of him. They could go out and find another left fielder. I think Marsh is fine right now. Is there somebody else out there that makes more sense? I don't know. I like Laureano from the Orioles. Not a big fan of Robert. Everybody wants Robert, but he can't hit against righties. And the one guy hitting wise, I would try to go after Suarez, but he's on an expiring contract and he's going to cost a lot. So I'm not sure if he really makes sense. But maybe one more reliever. He doesn't need to be as good as Duran, but just somebody who can, eat some innings. Because if you guys watched the game today, the bullpen wasn't good at all.
Yeah, it was not good one bit. I mean, losing 9-3, we were tied 2-2, and then just the bullpen just exploded in a bad way. So that was insane and just disgraceful.
Disgraceful for sure. But Chris, we appreciate you for joining us, man. Hopefully this Phillies team starts to get it because I think hearing what you said, that gives me a lot of reassurance. A top 5 closer in baseball. There's not many people that know baseball better than my friends Chris and Ballpark Tommy. So we appreciate you, Chris.
Thank you, guys. Go Phils.
Go Phils. And make sure you guys give Chris a follow at Chaos Chris PHL. That would mean a ton to me. He has very great Phillies knowledge. And if he's excited, I'm excited. I know what we're all not excited about tonight is this disgust. Is it still 9-2? I haven't.
No, they lost. They officially lost 9-3.
What did the final score end up being?
9-3. And Brandon Marsh hit the last homer, hit a homer to finish it off, and just stabbed.
Did BMU post the highlight yet? Even though we got our ass kicked?
They just stabbed another sword right into our freaking chest the way they just did. I mean, holy crap, that was just disgraceful. Because I mean, we definitely had a chance to win that game, and then all of a sudden, just the bullpen imploded, and it was just awful. It really was. So I mean, to lose a series to the White Sox of all teams, it's insanely bad. Like that sucks. It really does. So, and I know the game was in delayed as well. I still think we probably would have lost this game. We just didn't seem like we had any firepower today. Maybe we're just really not focused right now because we actually made a trade. Maybe everybody's so excited that Dombrowski actually made a move, but I don't know. I just think it definitely is a bad loss, and especially with the team like the Mets, who are on top of you right now. They are leading in the standings, I believe, by 2 games. Could be wrong, maybe 1 game, but still, I mean, we are on their tail right now, but they leapfrogged upon us in the standings. So, I mean, we can't let that happen too much longer. We just can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was embarrassing. It wasn't good. Jack, what was your thoughts on it?
I didn't watch a single minute of the game, but like I said, there's still a lot of baseball left. I know these games kind of matter more now because it's getting closer and closer to October. I can't believe all July's almost done. So you just got to keep, the foot to the pedal and just keep on pushing. Maybe this closing pitcher will help us get some more wins. But yeah, I'm not pressing the panic button yet. Because I mean this Phillies team is a really good team this year, but they just need to dig deep because these next couple games next month really do matter. So we just got to step it up. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, we got to step it up at a time that means the most in baseball, which I definitely think they're doing a start of with the trade today. They still got a couple more moves to make. But let's go ahead and preview this weekend series with the Tigers The Detroit Tigers. I mean,
Tigers.
how excited are you for Friday night, KJ, with this series?
I'm excited, especially with a new arm on the mound in the bullpen. I think it's awesome. I definitely think it definitely does get me way more excited. I was hoping for something to happen where we would have been like, you know what? We're looking forward to this Friday. We're looking forward to all going to the game. And I was like, they have a perfect chance, a perfect opportunity right here to make a move. And we can see a new Phillies player, like the newest Phillies player, make a debut. So, I mean, we get to witness that, hopefully. I mean, fingers crossed, we get to see him come out on the mound and finish it out for the Phillies in hopefully a great win by the Phillies because they definitely need to bounce back. They're going to have a day off tomorrow, which is good, which I didn't think they were going to have. I thought this game was going to get rained out. I thought for sure that this game was going to be postponed to tomorrow. And luckily, I mean, Chicago was able to hold the weather. They were able to hold the rain and be like, all right, you know what? We'll give you some rain for a couple hours, and then we're gonna hold it back. We're gonna get it back with a cane, like they do with the those shows where you get those performers, you get them back with a cane or whatever you want to say. So pull them right back in. But yeah, I think it was good that they kept the game going, and obviously there was no weather after they started playing. So, but obviously, I mean, like, you got to bounce back from this. Not a good loss, especially against a very bad White Sox team. I mean, you definitely got to come out on Friday. It's going to be tough, though, because the Tigers are very similar to us. They're a very similar team. They have a very similar record. So I think, if anything, this is not a cakewalk. This is definitely going to be a game that's going to be a challenge. It definitely is. And, I mean, we've been doing pretty good against some challenging teams. We did win the series against the Yankees. And I know Yankees fans are thinking that's the end of the world right now, but I think they'll be fine. But I just think that definitely the Phillies need to focus on this series. This is a huge series. If they can get 2 out of 3 in this one, I think that is definitely a win.
Yeah. I mean, I think that this series is going to be interesting too, because like you said, KJ, I do think that there's going to be a new Phillies player that's on this team. Just looking really quick, shout out to the Philly Fly for this graphic. If you guys don't, give them a follow on Instagram. Love their page, love their content. We collaborate with them on a ton of awesome stuff. But they posted this graphic on their page today saying that Phillies players very much want Dave Dombrowski to get aggressive. And I think that during the game, they probably heard the news and they're probably like, okay, you know what? We got a legit closer. We got somebody now, but they still want somebody at the bat. That's kind of where this team has been running into issues, is once we get to October, when the bats go cold, they go frozen, and it can't be the case anymore. So hopefully they make that big trade, because if they don't, I think that everybody in this locker room is going to be very much upset about that. But really quick, speaking of bats going cold, let's talk about something else being cold, and that's your drinks in a Frost Buddy. Here's why you got to get one for yourself.
Yeah, bro. Well, just remember, Dallas sucks. Hey, can you pass me another beer?
Yeah, I got you.
No, I can't do a Surfside. It's got to be a beer. This cooler's a one size only. Sorry.
Look at this. The Frost Buddy, man. You got to try this.
Really? How's that work?
Universal can cooler.
It's a universal, you said?
So basically, you can do any size can. Tall or skinny, I'm talking Surfsides, High Noons, beers, Miller Lights. You can even do Snapples and Gatorade bottles.
Oh, dude.
You gotta check this thing out. And of course, you could rock out with the best team in the MLB. Ring the bell, the Phils.
Yeah, that thing looks fire.
Go get one for yourself. Best team in the MLB. Make the Mets look like a bunch of babies. Cheers to Frost Buddy. I love this freaking thing.
Every can, every bottle. Frost Buddy, the real MVP of this summer. Available now in the 302 Birds TikTok shop. Stay frosty.
I got mine. Go get yours from the 302 Birds TikTok shop. But this is a good stopping point before we get into our birds topics for the night for some trivia. Let's get into it.
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dordan, the mayor of Delaware.
Sorry, you're still muted, brother.
Thank you to Tick Pick for that sponsorship. Like I've always said, it's always Eagle season. Football's back tomorrow, so make sure you buy your tickets through Tick Pick with no fees added on. So please buy tickets through Tick Pick. Can I see the scoreboard, my kind sir?
Yes, sir. I got you. Sorry about that.
You're good. All right, so Season 8 scoreboard, we got the fans with 4. We got Dalton with 4. We got Ashley with 5. We have Josh with 1. And we have KJ with 3. We're coming towards the end of the season, so make sure we get these scores up. Dalton's been struggling. He had a hot streak begin the season, and then Ash just took over. So make sure you guys are liking and putting your answers in. So tonight's question we have for you in Eagle fashion is, who was the Eagles coach that advanced the franchise second Super Bowl? Again, who was the Eagles coach that advanced the franchise to its second Super Bowl? A, Buck Shaw, B, Ray Rhodes, C, Dick Vermeil, or D, Andy Reid? Again, who was the Eagles coach that advanced the franchise to its second Super Bowl appearance? A, Buck Shaw, B, Ray Rhodes, C, Dick Vermeil, or D, Andy Reid? We'll give the answer towards the end of the show.
Thank you, Jack. This man loves to see me struggle, guys. He can't make it up. He loves to see his boys struggle. What kind of friend is that? Thanks, Jack. But, Jack, we'll let you take this one first, man. As somebody who played football, right, the elements are very much what makes it fun. I know when I'm kicking your ass in Madden, there's nothing like kicking your ass in Madden in the snow, right? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the dome dilemma, man? Are you for it or are you not for it?
I mean, okay, so I'm kind of split because, yeah, I would love to have a dome. But at the same time, dome wouldn't really – it would take the advantage you have as being outside because there's – when teams come that are used to playing in domes or warmer weather and they come to Philadelphia towards the middle of the season, they show up to play against us. I mean, granted, not really a great example, but when the Eagles beat the Packers this year in the snow, you just could see how much of an advantage the Eagles had with Saquon Barkley and things of that nature. So, yeah, I think that would be cool because, have a retractable, if it's really if it's really snowing a lot, it would be nice to bring the dome up and just kind of sit there and enjoy it because, no one wants to be at an Eagles game and just freezing their, asses off. So it'd be nice to have a dome. But at the same time, it takes that because if you look at the league, not many teams have a dome because they like that atmosphere outside where they can, take advantage of it and things like that. Like with the is it the Bucks, the sun, where how the roof kind of falls. The sun is always on the if it's really sunny that day, it's on the opposite team's sideline, so they can't really see. But I think it'd be the dumbest decision ever. I think you bring that aspect out of the Philadelphia Eagles Lincoln Financial Field, and I don't think it'd be worth us, putting a dome on it. So I've never been to a snow game. I would love to get to one. So if they add this is just going to be a lot of money, and it's just going to ruin that for me. So that's my opinion on this.
I want to share a story real quick. I'm going to kick it to Mac. I've never seen a snow game either. I wish I had seen a snow game because, funny enough, and shout out to Nick, the owner of Nick's Pizza. He's a good friend of mine too. And you guys are going to love Nick when you hear this story. So the week of the Packers game, KJ remembers, I wasn't sure if I could go because I actually made a pre-order with Nick for some pizza for a playoff game. So I was like, yeah, I want some pizza. Can I place an order? He's like, yeah, sure. So I let him know on Monday. KJ let me know, I think it was like Wednesday or Thursday or whatever, later in the week. He's like, hey, do you want to go to I'm like, yep, you don't even got to finish the sentence, bro. I'll be there. And so I'm like, let's go. We're going to a playoff game. So I reach out to Nick and I'm like, hey, man, I'm really sorry. I can still pay for the pizza, but I'm not going to be able to pick it up. Let me know. He's like, dude, you don't got to pay for it. He's like, just we'll do another order another time. He's like, I totally get it. I'm like, it was a hard decision picking between a playoff game and the pizza. Just saying. He's like, I know it might have been a hard decision. He's like, but I'd pick a playoff game all day, 10 times out of 10. He's like, you're a diehard Eagles fan. I'm like, thank you, man. That's how you guys know Nick is a true fan himself. So the funny thing is the next week rolls around and KJ's family was gracious enough to let me go to the playoff game with KJ. Still super thankful to this day for that. That was one of my greatest memories. So we go to the Green Bay game. It's a great game. We have a great time. Get my hat stolen, for God's sake. That's a hilarious memory we have. And then the next week comes around, and KJ actually did say, he's like, hey, if you want to go to the game with me, you can. And I felt kind of bad because I had told Nick the week before, and I did also want to watch a playoff game with my dad. But if I would have known it was going to snow like that, I would have put it off another week because, oh my God, if you didn't watch the snowball this year and understand how important that is for your kids one day to be able to see something like that, sit in that snow globe in Philadelphia and watch a running back go wild. It's one of the most beautiful things in the world. So I'm team no dome. I'm team no retractable roof either, because Spike Eskin brought this up on WIP and he made a great point. If they have a retractable roof, they're going to use it. They're not just going to put a retractable roof on to not use it. You know what I mean? So a retractable roof is essentially the same thing as a roof if you're a person that cares about a snow game, like myself, like Jack, like KJ. But let's actually kick it to somebody who had the perspective of being there. I mean, how are you feeling about the whole thing, Mac?
Yeah, it was definitely insane. I definitely wish you were there for that game. But, I mean, obviously, I mean, you
hey,
had
shout out to Khan. He represented well, too.
He did a great job, and that was awesome. So it was unbelievable. It was definitely I was actually talking about it with because I was playing basketball with my brother in the backyard, and we were talking about the Eagles and a dome, and he was like, yeah, I don't want a dome. And I was like, same. I don't want a dome. I was like, the thing is with me, it's like the element of that. And I mean, like, to go to one of those games like that, it was just insane. It was like nothing like it, because at first it was raining and I was like, oh my God, this is a dud. This sucks. I'm not going to see a snowball. Just kiss the snowball ideas away. Just kiss it goodbye. It's not happening. Then all of a sudden you get to like the second quarter, maybe like mid first quarter, and it starts snowing, and it starts snowing even harder. And then obviously the game just keeps on going and stuff like that. It's an intense game. And Saquon makes that run. And it is definitely probably one of my favorite moments ever as an Eagles fan to witness, to see as a fan. It is definitely up there. It might be number one, up there with like the Deshaun Jackson punt return. I didn't go to that game, but that was still one of the best moments as an Eagles fan. But I'd probably say this is up there with it. Like, that was just insane. And to take that kind of memory away with making a dome, it would just suck. And I mean, like, the funny thing is too, that Buffalo is a perfect example. When they ask their fans, do you guys want a dome or do you want an outdoor stadium like we already have? They said they want outdoor. They want the elements. They want that home field advantage they have, because the advantage of the coldness they have there, the advantage of the fan base they have there, it's very similar. And I think we definitely do. I would definitely compare ourselves to Bills fans, exactly, because a lot of us are just, I mean, we care more about the Eagles than anything else. And I think that's the main thing about that. And I think to take away the element of weather permitting the game, obviously like snow games and everything like that, it would suck. I mean, it definitely would suck. And think about it too. Do we really want to be like the Dallas Cowboys? I mean, think about it. They have a dome and they haven't won anything in 30 years. So, like, do we want to bring that luck to Philly? I don't think so. I really don't want to bring that luck. I don't want to bring the dome curse. I'd rather not. So I'm out for the whole dome thing. Please don't do it. If it does happen, I think you will definitely get a bunch of angry people, and it would not be good. I don't think it would be good. Don't get me wrong. I know why you're doing it, because you want to be able to host a bunch of events like the Super Bowl. You want to be able to host March Madness. You want to be able to host Coldplay concerts or whatever. But honestly, go host those things except for the Super Bowl. You can't really host it at the new Xfinity Center, whatever it's called, the Xfinity Mobile Center. You can't do that. But honestly, I'd rather not have those things here. I'd rather have just the Eagles play there, or just some World Cup games happen there. That's fine with me, because I don't want to lose that outside factor. I don't want to lose that home field advantage the advantage that a bunch of players like Jared Verse, when he played in that game, in the snowball game, he went from hating us to now having respect for us. He realized what it really was like to play in Philly. And he was like, you know what, though? They really backed up what they said. And even though they obviously were saying some things, like they backed up what they said and they didn't back down. So I think we definitely will lose a lot of that kind of mentality, a lot of that kind of authentic feeling if we do get a dome. So I'm out for it.
Yeah, that totally makes sense with your perspective too. I mean, I could see how that would totally be number one. You've also seen the Saquon Barkley reverse hurdle. I was going to say in person. So you have some pretty cool moments that you've seen live.
I did. That's probably one of the other ones too. So a lot of Saquon highlights are in the replay in my brain of the KJ McCoy brain, like the highlight reel, Sports Center in there. So it's
well, hey, let's go ahead and kick it to our last topic before we wrap up with some trivia at the end of the show. But I don't know if you've seen it yet, Jack. Have you seen it? Happy Gilmore 2? No? All right. Well, I'll go ahead and take it first, and then I'll kick it. KJ, you watched it, right?
I have seen it. I'm shocked that Jack, being the golfer he has not seen it. That is disgrace. That's like if you're that's like if you're a basketball fan and you haven't seen Space Jam. I'm talking about the original. If you haven't seen Space Jam 2, honestly, you're not missing out. LeBron sucked in it. He was a horrible actor. Horrible. So don't watch it. Don't waste your time. He sucked in that movie. Horrible.
Well, what about this sequel? Why don't you take this one first? How'd you feel about it? Did you like it?
I think it was okay. I think it was overwhelming with how many cameos were in the movie. A lot of stars in that movie. A lot of different random former athletes, former rappers, former singers, or whatever. You name it, they were in it, and it was cool. But it was also overwhelming. But there was a lot of Easter eggs in the movie as well. They did a really cool tribute to Cameron Boyce, who was in some movies with Adam Sandler. Previous movies, like I believe it was Grown Ups. So that was cool. They did like they were watching one of the shows or something like that during the actual movie. If you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I do think honestly, and I don't want to give a lot of it away, but I do feel like there was a point in the movie, like 10 minutes in, not even 10 minutes in, there was something where somebody important passes away, and it honestly shocked me. The way they did it too was very similar to the death of Chubbs, aka Apollo Creed, aka really Carl Weathers. So it was very similar to that. It also was too soon as well, and it was definitely pretty sad. But I do think it did kind of add a different kind of feeling to the movie, where it was kind of like, all right, they're not spoiled. They're not this, not that. I mean, as I said before, you got to watch a movie. I'm not trying to give away things if you haven't watched it, but I would probably say it honestly is listed as this. It's an irrelevant sports movie. And that's honestly what it is. It's irrelevant. And it just honestly is just random. And it's kind of crazy. There's like some futuristic golf incorporated in it as well, which kind of is odd. It definitely is pretty odd. The villain, like really the main villain in this movie too. He's not a likable guy, really. He's just a weirdo. So I mean, I don't think
he's a douche.
He's a total douche. Total douche. He looks at the end. He looks like a pirate douche. So, but yeah, I definitely would say give it a test out, because honestly, the cameos really make up for how crappy of a movie it is. I think that's the main thing. The cameos really are interesting, and I think that's really the main thing that kept me watching the movie.
Can you give me a rating out of 10 real quick?
I'd probably give it like a good movie, or are you saying
out of 10?
Okay, so the real Happy Gilmore would probably get like a 7.8. This would probably get like a 4.9, maybe like a 5.3.
Wow.
I would say like a 5.3. Yeah, I'll give it a generous 5.3.
I'll say this, because I know my laptop's going to die in a second, so we got to kind of speed it up. I'll kick it to Jack.
Okay.
But Somebody said on TikTok, and this is the truest shit ever.
Just stayed in it. All right. That's how I felt.
The people that like it are very emotionally attached to this.
I'm not a movie critic, all right? I'm not a movie critic.
I am an emotionally attached to this movie. But somebody said on TikTok that how you are going to like this movie depends on how much your brain has adjusted to TikTok and being able to take that short form content and that quick, you know what I mean? Stupid shit, fart jokes here and there. I fucking loved it because I love stupid, idiotic, moronic jokes like that. Alyssa said to me after the movie, she goes, Dalt, you haven't laughed at a movie like that in years. And I said, yeah, it hits home for me. Because movies like that, where it's just dumb shit after unexpected shit. The one thing I will say, I did not like the wife dying in the first 5 minutes.
I didn't want to say that.
I agree with KJ. KJ said that on Sippin' Sports, I think. And I agree with that. That was weird. But once you got past that mentally, the movie's freaking hilarious. Because Alyssa and I watched number 1 the night before because she had never seen Happy Gilmore. So I'm like, oh my God, we got to watch it. So we sat down, we popped some popcorn, we got a couple snacks, we watched a movie, and it was awesome. We were both laughing the whole time. And then the second one came out, and we both really liked it. I'm glad we were able to watch it back to back, but I would say I would give the first one for me, I'm going to give it an 8.7, 8.8 maybe a 9.2. The second one, I'm going to give a 7.3, a 7.2. So it wasn't bad. It's not a bad watch, but also my brain is very much adjusted to TikTok. Jack, what were your thoughts on it? Well, I guess you haven't seen it. Are you going to watch it anytime soon?
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I pretty much already know what happens because I don't really care if it gets spoiled. I'll still watch it. And it just like I've from what I heard from people is it's just like 90 TikToks in a row just watching the different skits and things like that. So, getting into it, but not even watching it yet, I knew this movie wasn't going to be like rock your socks type movie. But it a lot of people are saying that it was not needed for a sequel. Things of that nature. But, I mean, the original one is definitely 10 out of 10. So both you guys are just crazy for saying that. I mean, they had, 74 cameos. Maybe that's a little too much, but that's just how I feel like any Adam Sandler movie is just a bunch of random shit kind of compiled into an hour and a half or almost 2 hours. Because, you look at Bedtime Stories, you look at Longest Yard, you look at all these different Adam Sandler movies, and they're kind of the same kind of concept. So I'll still watch it. I'm not expecting a lot out of it, and that's before even watching it or even hearing anything other people have said about it. But it's kind of, I know they did a lot of callbacks to the original Happy Gilmore. So I'll let you guys know once I watch it how I like it. But I definitely heard that, it wasn't a great movie, but it was hilarious. So I'll just stick with that.
Yeah, I wasn't saying it wasn't hilarious. It definitely was hilarious. I just meant overall movie. I just thought it was like a 5 something or whatever. That's what I meant. I didn't think it was like not funny. It was hilarious. Like I was pissing my pants at certain times. When Eminem was getting eaten by the crocodiles, I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, that's just one of the parts. But he didn't get eaten, Jack. He didn't get eaten. I was joking. He didn't get eaten. That never happened.
I really don't care. I'll still watch it.
Yeah, you should still watch it though. You definitely should. So, but I do think it was long overdue they made this, because I feel like they should have made the sequel a long time ago. I think it should have happened in like the early 2000s. I just think it's long overdue. Kind of like the same thing with Beverly Hills Cop, how they just did the same thing recently. They just brought back Beverly Hills Cop like 30 years later, which kind of made no sense. I watched that too, and I was like, this is just like long overdue. Like how they just skip a bunch of time. They just skip the whole childhood of like Axel Foley's daughter, and it's like that just makes no sense. And like she hates her father already. It's like those kind of things. It's kind of crazy. So That's what I thought. I mean, I just think they keep on Netflix and other movies. They keep on trying to bring back these old movies and do sequels because they can't think of original ideas anymore. They can't think of original movies to really make that really have people cracking up like how we do for these kind of movies, because it's just tough to do that in this kind of world.
Yeah. But that's all we got for you guys tonight. I want to kick it to the trivia before we wrap up, just because my laptop's going to die here in 1 second. But let's go ahead and kick it to the trivia.
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dorden, the mayor of Delaware.
Thank you to TickPick for that sponsorship. Like I said, it is Eagles season. Stop by and use TickPick for no other fees. That's where you buy your tickets. Dawn, can I have the scoreboard, please?
Yeah.
Scoreboard.
So we got the scoreboard real quick. For this season of trivia, we got the fans at 4. We got Dalton at 4. We got Ashley at 5. We have Josh at 1. And we have KJ at 3. The question we have for you tonight is, who was the Eagles coach that advanced the franchise to their second Super Bowl appearance? Again, who was the Eagles coach that advanced the franchise second Super Bowl appearance? A. Buck Shaw, B. Ray Rhodes, C. Dick Vermeil, or D. Andy Reid? Tonight's question, the answer for tonight's question is, drum roll please, it is D. Andy Reid. We had Fratty with it. Got the right answer through for the fans. So the fans are at 5 now. Dalton texted me. He said Andy Reid. Correct. So Dalton's now at 5. Now at 5. KJ said Andy Reid. That is correct. KJ's now at 4. So all right answers across the table tonight. We'll have another trivia next week. We'll update it for next week. So that's all I got for you.
Yeah, that's all we got. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. If you haven't, be sure to check out our Bonfire store. We got a ton of awesome new merch dropping on there. And check out our weekly podcast. We got Weekends Last Beer on Sunday nights. We got Sunday Dinner coming on Sunday nights. And then Joey and Michael Mooney are starting a show on Tuesdays about the Eagles and NFL. Please give our guys, Chaos Chris, Broad Street Reports, and all our other call-ins. All of their acts were on there. Frosty from Philly, Positive Philly, Jordan Dobbins, Dennis. There's a lot more. I apologize if I'm not thinking of you.
The Muffin Man.
Yeah, please make sure to give everybody a follow on there. We would really appreciate it. Other than that, that's all we got. And have a great, safe week. And don't forget to subscribe. Those little things really help out a ton. But take it away, Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL is back. We got the Hall of Fame game tomorrow. I can't wait for that. Super excited to see football. Football is back, baby. Without further ado,
where's Zep at?
My buddy's in Jersey right now with a family trip, so he is not here. He'll be back Saturday. But without further ado, hopefully you can hear me across the water. Hey, Josh! It's an outro, not an intro. Hit that motherfucking outro.
What we got? 302BIRDS, Gino Stinks. Go Birds. Oh my gosh, Chad.
Your favorite Chicagoan. Go Phils.
As always, God bless. Go Birds.